good afternoon. I'm Tanushree from Suchitra to Pinnacle Blooms Network. I'm a beauty therapist there. She's my colleague.
Hello everyone, I'm Durga, behavior therapist, Pinnacle Blooms Network, Suchitra.
So today we are talking about the role of parents in child development. As we all know, parents are the primary caregivers for every children. They play a major role in every kids. They have to play their role from a childhood until adulthood and until they grown up, until their parents have so many roles to play in their childhood. For example, they have to play as observers, they have to play a role of supporters, they have to play a role as encouragers, they have to play a role of motivators, they have to support their child until and unless. So when we look at an observers, the parents has to be keen observers in their child life. How the parent has to know how my child is feeling, how my child felt in every situation. Is my child is happy? Is my child is sad? Is my child is frustrated? Or is my child is irritated? And observe in which situation my child is happy, in which situation my child is become sad, in which situation my child is feel frustrated, and why. Address the reason is also important. If your child feel happy, you address the reason why my child is feel happy. If the situation make him happy, if the situation is really make him happy or not, he feel something or he is imagining something or he is happy, they have to address that correctly. After addressing, they have to point out if their child is happy in a right situation, that is fine. If the child is happy, that situation is not allowed him to happy. The situation is sad, but your child feeling happy, you have to address what happening with him. And some child has unnecessary fears. For example, some child fear about and they are afraid of dogs. Some child they get afraid and fear about darkness. You have to address why my child is get fear or afraid about that things, and you have to address the reason. Then after that you address the reason. You have to put your child slowly, not in the one time. Slowly you put your child and do your child to go and allow your child to that situation slowly in a non-threatening way. That doesn't threaten your child in non-threatening way. You have to allow your child to that fearful situation, and the child will get that fear. For example, your child has fear about darkness. Slowly, day by day, you put your child in the darkness. First, you put your child in darkness along with you, not put your child singly in that darkness. Go with your child, switch off the light. I am with you. Don't get fear. I am with you. I am with you. Then day by day, allow him to live in a dark for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. He has to understand there is a situation come in my life. I have to be in dark for some while, and he has when he got that point, I have to be in some darkness for some times. He understand. Okay, darkness is nothing. It is a part of life. We have to be in darkness in the night. When we sleep, we have to be in darkness. Otherwise, if the power off, we have to be in darkness. Okay, that child get to know that point. He will adjust to that. Then the parents has to play a role of supporters, because how do we support? The parents has to support the child to develop his social emotional things and in the learning things and in initiating some behaviors, or to the parents has to support the child to mingle with others to develop his social skills. For example, the parents has to provide support for their social and emotional development. How? The parents has to teach their children and support them how to mingle with the friends, how to talk with the elders, how to talk with youngers, and how to start a conversation by saying hi or good morning, how you have to greet the people, and how to gratitude, show your gratitude to people. This will make to learn the child that how the social skill work, how the socialization works with us. If the first the child will be definitely they don't like to go or they don't want to talk with some specific people or some with some specific group, then okay for first time. But your child is doing that every time, you have to be a supporter for your child. Go along with your child and make him it's okay to talk with them. If you don't want, just say hi, just say good morning and ask them had your tiffin, then it's okay. You say bye and come. Like that, you made your child to learn the social skill. After that, that emotional development. Your child has to learn to understand the emotion of himself or herself and by the others. Teach your child if you feel if I hit you, you feel hurt. No, if you hit others, they will also get hurt. Like that, you have to make your child to learn that emotion of himself, herself, and to others. And that social skills, when we come to social skills, all of the children were, some children are play like to play alone, but you have to teach. If you play alone, you didn't get anything. You have to explore. When you explore with other kids, or when you explore with other people, you get to learn more things, and you get to know the new things. If you play alone, you will only get that, no. If you play some games, you can play alone, you have to stick on that. If you go out, you can play with the children, you can explore more, you get to know more about this world, and you get to know, you get the opportunity to explore and achieve something in the world. So teach your child to become a social skills. And next thing, support your child to develop a self confidence and self esteem. Yes, there is a difference. Self confidence and self esteem, there is a difference. Where is a self confidence, you will teach, you have this ability. Every day that parents will say, you have to do this, you have this ability, do that, then the will child will get the confidence that yes, I have that ability, I can do it. But what this self esteem works, your child is doing it with the self confidence, but your child has to know, is what is the value of doing this, or I am doing this, I am getting appreciation, is that appreciation is worth for me or not, I am doing the good in a good way. Some children expect, they do the simple thing, they expect their parents should be appreciated. But don't appreciate your children for everything. Let, they have to understand, if I do the things that is worth for the appreciation, then only my parents have to appreciate me. Otherwise, I'm doing a simple things, no one will appreciate me. In starting, appreciating for the simple thing is okay, but every time you're appreciating for the simple thing, they will get to attach to that. If they do anything, they want to get appreciation from anyone. If they don't get, they become stressed, they become frustrated, and they stop doing that. There is a chance to stop doing that. So support your child to develop self confidence along with the self esteem. That self esteem made him learn to what they are doing, what they are actually. So they have to learn what I am, what ability I have, what capacity I have to do, what are the cognitive skills I have, and how can I solve this problem. This is able. This is definitely I can do it, and I am the ability to do that. My parents is accepting that, but I have don't ability. Then your child come to speak to you. No, if they have the self esteem, then only they come and speak to you. I have this ability. I don't want to do this. I don't have the ability to complete this task. Please make it easy for me. Okay, let's start with, they like someone, one child in the group, they went to that child, they will talk with that child. Then after that, that child is become comfortable to them, then they go another child, another child, another child. Then they, your child become a group of friends. Then he knows, yes, I have the ability to talk with the friends. They have, then he get lost of afraid about people and new things, something, no, the childs are they just avoid the things. If they know the things, but they are avoid, if they get to know that they have to use their cognitive skills, they like, I don't want to do, why should I do. In for example, there is a puzzling, your child know to do puzzle, but he's not interested in, he avoid that. But if you put him like, you want some food, or you want some chocolates, you want some item, you have to do this. First day, give that positive reinforcement and allow him to do that. Then you can reduce that positive reinforcement, and you tell, you have to do this, otherwise only you can allow to talk with us, other than you only have a time to play. Then allow these things to work, and mainly you have to allow the things your child mostly avoided. Then only they get to know, I can't escape from the things every time, I have to do it one or another day, I have to cope with that, I have to work with this. Then when the child get that concept, then only they can work easily. Otherwise, if you think like, okay, my child is not happy with this thing, I can avoid this thing. If in case in future the child got a situation of that, they have to do the thing, then they suffer a lot. That's why what your child avoid the most, give that task only for them to make. Then only they understand that concept. And mainly a screen time, no, decrease the screen time of your child, along with, and decrease the screen time by yourself. When parents, what the nowadays parents is do when they are free, they will simply sat and scroll their phone. What the child think, no, my parents is looking at phone, they are scrolling, they are seeing something, then it is acceptable thing. I also do that. I want phone, I want to do my rhymes, I want to see some stories, I want to see some cartoons, is okay and this is acceptable by everyone. But that not. When you are with your child, decrease your screen time, place your phone somewhere else, talk with your child. So and you have to express your feelings. What I am feeling about you. You are my son. I am expecting this from you. I want to do. You want to do like this. You want to be like this. You want to go there. You want to talk with the neighbors. You want to like that, how you have to behave with your grandparents, how you have to behave with your aunt and uncle, how you have to behave with your siblings. Teach them in your free time rather than scrolling phone. Teach them the values, moral values of life. And you some parents are giving phone my, and they say my child is not eating food if I am giving a phone, he is sitting. What they did their phone, they select some stories, they play some stories, they put on the children and they feed. Other than tell a story to your child by yourself. You know some stories. Okay, take your child to the balcony, say, and let him see the clouds and moon, and say some stories or some rhymes and feed your child. That will make him attached to you also, and they get a good rapport with you. That rapport help that if they feel anything bad or anything good, or they feel anything that is can't sharing, when they get a proper bond with you, they definitely share that. I am feeling like this, I am feeling irritating by this situation, I don't want to do that. I am feeling happy by situation, I like this situation. Otherwise you don't give time, proper time to your child, they thinks, okay, I have no one, I have no one to share, what should I do? They suppress that feeling inside. When they suppress that feeling inside, that definitely affect their mental health. Then the parents think my child is go through something, he has some problems. No, your child has a, maybe your child has a problem, but as a parents, that's your role to identify, address what makes my child to do like this. So you have to reduce their screen time, and allow them to talk with you, and tell them what did you do today, what experience or what are the things you learned newly today, and how to be, and how are you, what do you want to do, what do you want to eat. And the simple things, you start to converse with them and play with them whenever you free. Play with your child, then only you know how your child is working on the new things. If you give a new game, how they are solving that in their way, how capability or how much ability they have, then only you know that. So avoid the screen time by yourself and your child. Next, the family importance. Teach your child a family important. What is the meaning of family? What is the value of that family? How do we behave within a family? How to get attached to the family? And how family works together. Because some kids know, they don't know what's the meaning of family, how many people are there in my family. The thing is nuclear family, father, mother, and me, are some sisters or brothers. That's enough. But there is no, there is a family means there is a grandfather, grandmother, aunt, uncle, everyone is there. Allow your child to mingle with them. You get a weekend, take your child to your family group, allow them to talk with everyone and introduce everyone. Is your grandparents, this is your aunt, uncle, this is your sibling, play. Allow them to play. And when they get that attachment, no, they will be okay. I have these many peoples, I have these many peoples to talk, and I have these many peoples are supporting me there, I have these many supporters. Okay, I have to do many things. They get that motivation. I have so many people around me, I can't do anything, I have that ability. If you don't leave your children, if your children avoid that family thing, you avoid, okay, my child is not like to go there, okay, my child will be here only, he will definitely grow up as a single person. When he go to school, how he can mingle with other children? He felt, why these people are putting me in there. He lost the interest of learning also. So when you put a child in a family, then the grandparents know, they will actually teach them what are the moral values you have to adopt in your life. They tell the bedtime stories. They tell how their childhood will be and how your childhood will be goes on, and they will make them how to gratitude your elders, or how to you have to behave in a younger one, and how to behave in a particular situation, and what are all the good habits for you and what are all the bad. What do you, if you do like this, these people may accept. If you do like this, do. If for example, if there is a situation, if someone came and give chocolate to your child, he say nothing, he take that and ran away, they think what this child is doing. He don't know how to gratitude someone. He just grab the chocolate and run away. They start to complain about children. If you teach your children, if someone, your aunt, your grandfather is giving something, you gratitude him. If you say thanks, then they will be, oh, this child is very good. They start to commenting on your child. That positive comments make your child to develop some more good habits. Okay, I have to gratitude. I have to show gratitude towards them. Then they love me, then they attach to me, then they play with me. These people are good. Okay, I am to mingle in this setting is good for me. They understand that, and they start to mingle with other peoples also. Okay, these peoples are what I am able to mingle with them. These peoples do nothing to me. These peoples are good. I am mingle with them. I have to play. I have a chance to explore. They get to know. Then provide your child a healthy environment. That healthy environment means understand your child. When you understand the abilities and that ability of and the cognitive skill, everything you understand, then healthy environment does not means don't put your child in a toxic environment that ruin your child's ability and encourage. When though some people are like, if they did in a right way and they do only one mistake, they will only focus on that. You don't know how to do this. This is a simple thing. Your child did the 8 pieces puzzle and he fails to do the 10 pieces puzzle. The people don't support that you did the 8-piece puzzle very goodly. They didn't appreciate. They only focus on the mistake he did in the puzzle. But they, in that situation, don't allow the people to your child. What the child thinks, okay, I am a mistaker. The child also forget I am doing the good, these many good things. They forget all that good. Okay, that person is telling I can't do it. They develop that, okay, I don't have the ability to do anything. Okay, I can't do anything. I am that person. I don't have that ability to complete the task. When the child get that thought, I can't, you cannot make them. It is difficult to bring them to I can. So don't allow a child where the people suppress their talent and they can't, you can't. Don't say. Allow a child to. And then encourage their learning. So where it comes to learning, the new learnings. If your child knows something, don't teach again and again. If you want to teach that only, teach in a different way. If your child know how to pronounce something, or your child know how to do a puzzle, then allow your child to do that pathfinding or matching. So what you are, the child is very attractive to the new things only. If you do the same activity day and day, every day give the same activity, the child will get bored, and we don't want to do the next activity. If it is a new one, they lost their interest to do. If I do this, they will again give it today. Why should I do? Let's avoid the things. They will be like that. So along with the same activity, learn, teach them how to solve this in a new way, how to bring that in a new and the specific way like that, and allow them to learn about not only about in the education field, just in the moral values or the social skills, as we said, and the emotionality, and teach them how to be in a surroundings, how to be talk in a way, how to talk with friends, or how to talk in within family, how to talk with friends, how to talk in a siblings. So teach all this. That learning includes all around. It's not only education field, it's related to your family, friends, siblings. They have to learn everything. Then only they can be grown up as a good child. Then support your child to initiate their behavior and rewarding accordingly, because your child initiate behavior means, if as I'm said in like, if your child show gratitude to someone, it's a good behavior. You appreciate your child for that. Yes, you gratitude them, it's a good habit, you are a good boy. If the child is not showing gratitude, then say, okay, you take the chocolate, that's a good, but you didn't gratitude them, that's a bad habit, then you don't get this chocolate, I will keep it. If you go and set them thanks, gratitude them, and come back, I will give it to you. So this way you have to initiate them behaviors. Otherwise, okay, first time my child is taking a chocolate, is forgot to regret. Okay, it will be okay, no problem. You will leave the child. Then you will think, okay, this behavior is acceptable by my parents. So this is a behavior. This behavior is good. Let's show this behavior in every situation. It will be acceptable for everyone. So that child will think that only. Okay, gratitude is not that much big issue. Okay, I will don't gratitude the people, they will allow me to go. When the child get that behavior, he never know the value of gratitude. And someone know, and some behaviors, if the child go and hit some child and be back, you as a parents, you have to punish him, not like a hitting or that. Now with that boy child, no, you don't get food for afternoon, you will be stay. I'll go and ask sorry for him for hitting, and promising him that I don't hit you again, and come back, I will give you food. So this is, then you understand, if I do anything wrong, I am in a punishable way, I get punishment from my parents, and that's not accepted by anyone. It's a bad habit. I don't want. I they expect that I don't want to do the bad things. So then he get to know what is good for him, what is bad for him. So that behaviors made him to learn that moral things, and then that helps him to understand that emotion. Okay, I hit someone, they get hurt. That's why I don't hit anyone. Then one more thing is a evaluator. The parents should be as a evaluator for themselves and for their children. Nowadays parents, they put expectation on their children randomly. My child have this ability, my child wants apps to do that, because of comparison, my neighbor child is 4 years old, he is reading good, he has a very good academic achievement. My child is also 4 years, he can't read a sentence completely, you don't have the, you don't write the complete, you don't know abcds, you don't know how to write. When we compare the childs, we, okay, my child is 4 years, why can't he do, you have to do this. First evaluate that, is your child has that ability, is that child have that interest, is that child has that cognitive skill to complete that task. When you evaluate that, then only you can put an expectation that is suit for your child, without evaluating anything. And consider your child age first. Okay, my child is this much year old, and he has these abilities, and he know these cognitive skills, and he can able to do these things. Okay, my expectation, my goal is to be, my aim is to be making me going this way. But when you compare with other child, your child like, no, my parents is comparing with me, what I am doing, oh, maybe this is a wrong thing what I am doing, that child, what the other child doing is a right thing. Okay, can I, and they start to imitate the other children, and they suppress their own talent, and they suppress their own way of expressing. Then explore your, leave to explore your child, then only they get the ability from them. If you stay, the child has that ability, they doing that, you also do that, they lost that exploration towards doing that. If the child is doing puzzle of 8 pieces, he also learn to do the puzzles of 8 pieces, that's it. You don't try in the different way. Like some people are, some childs are doing the things in very different way. The way the other child doing the thing is not the way of your child is doing. For example, there is a, if there is a drawing or something, there is a doll, if you ask every child to draw a doll, not every child draw the same doll. They have the different kind of, they have different way of seeing the doll, they have their own imagination, they have their expectation, they draw the doll by their expectation, by their imagination. You don't compare that, you draw the doll like this, you draw the doll like this, that's the imagination of himself. He has the imagination capacity of that only, though, so he can do that. You appreciate that, yes, you did job. Because if every child draw the same doll, what is the speciality in everyone, they are all same. No, we human beings are not same. We are different. We are all unique. So your child is unique. Accept your child's ability and encourage your child ability to let allow your child to express his feelings, what he want to do, what he don't want to do. If he wants something and that is acceptable, that is good for him, and that allow him to achieve in a life, then support him. Support your child to do that thing. If that thing is not okay for you and that thing is not allow your child to achieve, that make your child to less achiever, if you ain't like that, make understand your child. Okay, if you do like this, you have to go through this way and you have to achieve in that. If you get a backlogs in that achievement, you don't want, then you have to accept that and you have to again try that and you have to achieve that. Did you accept for that? Okay, we will support you this. Otherwise it ruin your life. So avoid this. Or if your child want to play for sometimes, okay, if your child is interested in sports, not in education, so allow your child to go in the sports field and tell him, if you have to, at least you have to pass in the your education, you have to complete your education, it's okay. You are getting a passing marks is okay, just complete your education and continue your future in sports. Like this, you are, don't suppress the that, no, what they have their feelings, don't suppress that, let him tell. Until they tell, don't disturb that or don't stop them in the middle, don't talk like that, go on sit. If they talk like that, they will feel, okay, I'm doing something wrong, my parents are not accepting that, that's why they are stopping me in the middle. When they get the thought in their mind, my parents is not allow me to talk, when if you ask him to tell something, what you are expressing, tell with us, they won't ready to express. If I'm talk start to talking, my parents will be stop in middle and they said, the fault is yours, so don't talk like this, and they leave me alone. Then the no their expression, their expressing ability will be lost. So allow your child and talk with him every day. What are the activities he did, what are all the things, what are all the people, which how many new people he met that day, and how they are with him, and what he did with them, how he speak with them, or how they treat him in the situation, or if he went to the new situation, what he learned in that new situation, or what he get the new things in situation. And let your child to observe and ask him, you went to that situation, no, this is happening, this thing is good or bad. Then you get to know that your child is observing the situation or not. If the child is not observing the situation in a good way, let them teach. If you go to the situation like this, you have to observe that what the people are talking, what the people are going through. If some people are talking you in a negative way, how to react for them. Or if someone is appreciating you, how to show them a gratitude. Like this, tell your child and initiate their behaviors in a good manner and suppress their bad behaviors by saying, if they did something bad, don't hit them, don't show your harshness to them. Let's say, okay, you did this good behavior, but you did it, no. If your child is okay, a child is playing with a group of children, and sometimes he get anger about one child and he hit that child and he went back to home, and that mother came and complained you and she went. Then rather than hitting your child, explain them, if I hit you, you get hurt, no, so you are playing with a group of children, it's a good habit. You go with them, you mingle with them, you talk with them, and they are your friends, but you hit your friend, that's a bad thing. If you it did like that, people will come and complain you about that you are a bad guy, you have a bad habit. That is not working a social. They will start to hate you. So that's not the way people has to behave. Just teach them in a right manner and allow them to learn only the good things. And main thing, and as I told you, first, when you expect something, then ask your child before you expect something about child. Ask your child, I want to, I want you to be do this. Are you able to do this? Ask, and if your child says no, I can't, let him try once. I will support you. Try once, and if you can't, okay, then it will be okay. I will help you. Don't help him by the first time. Let's allow them to try it once by their own. After that, they can. Okay, I will help you for this time. After that, you only have to do that. Next, teach your child a danger, positive and negative both. For example, if your child want to explore something and you felt like that is danger for my child and this not okay for my child, it's it put my child in a danger way, then teach them in a practically. For example, if your child wants to touch iron box, we all know if someone touch iron box, it will hurt, it will burn their skin. But your child want to touch, if you suppress, no, that is a danger, that is a danger, don't touch that, don't touch that, the child will be in a confusing. They have that child know that every children has that curiosity. When you say no, that curiosity will be doubled, tripled. They develop their curiosity in a peak level. So rather than when you are not in a home and there is silent box that will be switched, if they touch, then they will hurt hardly. So when you are in a home, if your child want to touch iron box, switch off the iron box and allow him to touch. If they touch, yes, they definitely get hurt. Okay, then you explain. Now I will tell you it's a danger, but you don't accept that and you go and touch that. Let's see what happened to your hand. It's get hurt. That's why I'm telling, don't touch iron box and teach them where to touch, where not to touch. So then they will understand. If you just theoretically said it's a danger thing, it's a don't go there, don't do this, they will develop their curiosity and they try to do that whenever you are not with them. So that will make them more hurt. So don't do that. Let them to learn practically what is danger, what is not danger. If there is a danger thing happens, what will happen to me? Like this, tell your parents. And one more thing, main important thing, be a best friend for your child, not a strict parents. You are be a best friend. Allow them to express their feelings, like allow them to explore, go with them, play with them. If they want to dance, dance with them. If they want to sing a song, sing for them. And rather than showing some rhymes in the phone, sing yourself. Then they started to play with you, then they also start to sing with you, and they get that expression. When you sing, you give some expression in your face, so they will also learn to express. Okay, when we talk, we have to express. When we use this word, we have to express like this. That expressions and that learning make them a good human beings. So be a best friends for your children rather than a strict parents, and allow your child to explore and experience all new things whatever come in their life, and develop your child as a, they have to cope with every situation. If they avoid in the, if they avoid the situation in one time, that's not the, we can't expect that that situation will not come in his life again. The situation may come, what happens then? So allow your child to cope with every situation. It may be a danger, it may be safe for him. Allow your child and allow your child to learn by the practically than theoretically.
Okay, Tanushri, that was a nice explanation between for relationship between parents and children. So we will wait for 5 minutes and see if anyone asks some questions. Okay, someone asked how to use negative reinforcements in bad behaviors.
Okay, negative reinforcement in the first time. When your child shows some bad behavior, you have to punish him like holding his whole hand like this. If you hit, then will be a mark. But if you hold like this, he get that muscles restraint, no, that will pain him badly. When they get that bad pain, they will definitely drag their hands back. Then you get to know that he is hurt. When they hurt that badly, then they will get to know, okay, if I do the bad things, my parents will give me this punishment, and that punishment hurts me hardly. So then they will reduce. Okay, then they will think before they doing the bad things. You can use that also. And when you by pressing this front of the finger, this also works as a negative reinforcement.
Okay. Okay. So someone asked what are the basic steps of socialization and how to teach them.
Okay, what is the basic step of socialization? First, introduce your child to the whole family. Like grandparents, who is your grandparents, how to behave with your grandparents, who is your uncle and aunt, what's their name, ask, tell them. is your uncle, his name is this, she is your aunt, her name is this, and introduce their siblings and how to play with your siblings and how to talk with your siblings and how to behave with your grandparents and how to behave with your uncle and aunt and how to talk with them. If they and the simple things, if anyone is coming to your room, say hi to them. When they're leaving the home, say bye to them. And when if they come at morning time, ask them, had your tiffin or like that, and how are you, like this simple things, and introduce them to the neighborhood where there is a children. Allow them at least in a 5 minutes for a day, allow him to play with them, then they will get that social skill easily.
Okay, so if anyone has any more questions, they can ask. We will wait for 1 more minute. Okay, so I think everyone got a very nice explanation and clarity about relationship and development between parents and children's. I hope this helped a lot for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pinnacle Blooms Network ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా స్పీచ్ డిలే, ఆటిజం స్పెక్ట్రమ్ డిజార్డర్, కాగ్నిటివ్ డెవలప్మెంటల్, సైకలాజికల్ రుగ్మతలతో బాధపడుతున్న దాదాపు 80 కోట్ల మంది పిల్లలు మరియు పెద్దల జీవిత ప్రమాణాలు మెరుగయ్యే విధంగా దశాబ్దాల రీసెర్చ్ తో కూడినటువంటి అత్యంత ప్రభావవంతమైన స్పీచ్ థెరపీ, ఆక్యుపేషనల్ థెరపీ, బిహేవియరల్ థెరపీ, సైకలాజికల్ కౌన్సిలింగ్, చైల్డ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ మరియు రీహాబిలిటేషన్ సర్వీసులు అందిస్తున్న ఏకైక స్పెషల్ ఎడ్యు హెల్త్ కేర్ సంస్థ పినాకిల్ బ్లూమ్స్ నెట్వర్క్. ప్రపంచంలోనే మొట్టమొదటిసారి మిరాకిల్ అనే పేటెంటెడ్ టెక్నాలజీ సహాయంతో అత్యంత పారదర్శక థెరపీ సర్వీసులను అందిస్తున్న ఏకైక సంస్థ పినాకిల్ బ్లూమ్స్ నెట్వర్క్. 100 మందికి పైగా నిష్ణాతులైన థెరపిస్టులతో మీ మరియు మీ పిల్లల బంగారు భవిష్యత్తు కొరకు పాటుపడుతున్న సంస్థ పినాకిల్ బ్లూమ్స్ నెట్వర్క్. భారత ప్రభుత్వ ప్రతిష్టాత్మక స్టార్టప్ ఇండియా అవార్డు పొందిన భారత్ హెల్త్ కేర్ ప్రైవేట్ లిమిటెడ్ యొక్క అనుబంధ సంస్థ.